Hello, my name is Jason Frank. I'm the Regional Director for Florida for Harrell's Fertilizer. Today we're going to talk about agronomic annual program planning. Now the purpose of this research is to take a look at fertility, fungicides, foliar fertility programs on an annual basis. Now there's a number of things that obviously make up the inputs that go into any good golf green. Those are water, irrigation, soil health, wetting agents, granular fertilization, foliar fertilization, and obviously pest protection, whether it be nematodes, diseases, or insects. Now through our agronomic annual program planning, we came up with a plan that helps us encompass all these things into one program. Now we have software within Harrell's and tools available to our reps that allow us to generate a plan that encompasses everything and tries to foresee all the applications. And looking on an annual basis, you really help create efficiencies in labor as well. So what we've tried to do here is, look at our granular inputs, foliar inputs, soil program, fungicide program, and really couple stuff so that you're making no more than 2 applications a week, which really becomes beneficial when things start to get tight for labor or you start to get a lot of golf play. And you can really help yourself in other ways than just agronomically. Then we contrast that with an industry standard. Again, just a basic nutrition program. It has about 0.7 pounds of N per month granular nitrogen, and we're only putting out nitrogen in a granular form here. And then we couple that with a little bit of micronutrients with some Sprint 330 and high manganese, and then a reactive fungicides program. So nothing being proactive on the fungicide front to help prevent fungus or nematodes. Just as it's needed, we assess what it is and put it on. And then additionally, so I mentioned as well that we're utilizing 0.7 pounds of N per thousand in the standard program. If you look at the Harrell's Balanced Approach program, we're utilizing 0.6 pounds of N per thousand. So as you can see, it's not just the nitrogen that's making it greener. We actually have less nitrogen per month on our plots than the standard program. Now, in order to make up this Balanced Approach program, we use our Balanced Approach plus a Harrell's fungicide program. Within our Balanced Approach program, we start with foliar applications, utilizing things like Biomax products, Primo, as well as every other week granular applications, and then a soils program that encompasses wetting agents. So in this case, we used a penetrant wetting agent called Fleet, EarthMax, and SaltRx for our soils program. Now these programs are basically templates. We understand that every one of your golf course situations are going to be different. Every green's different. Even if they're across the street from each other, everybody's greens are slightly different. But utilizing this template allows us to customize a program for you in our software using Balanced Approach program. Now within our fungicide program, we utilize all 3 basic manufacturers, and we take the best portions that we feel out of each of their programs and incorporate that in ours. And then again, putting all this together with our agronomic annual planning software, we come up with this plan that you see on both of these greens. Now to get into some of the research, so on my left here is a Harrell's Balanced Approach program versus a standard program. This research was initiated on September 5th, 2016, so right around 5 to 6 months ago. And then the research over here is a new green that Travis put in. Both are Tifeagle, and you can see the differences in the standard approach program versus standard program over here, and how much greener some of our plots are compared to theirs. Now, if you go back and look, actually this green in particular, what it looked like back in September, October, you can see that there was algae all over this green. It didn't matter, both sides had a lack of grass, and there was a lot of work that needed to be done. Even so much so that when we went out here and told Dr. Shaddix this is where we wanted to put it, he said, "Are you sure? Because this looks really bad." And we wanted to know that if our program really works, it should be able to turn this into what you see today. And we're very confident that it could do that, and obviously even more confident now that it can do that. So obviously what we see here, visual results, you can pick out the green squares over here on the new green. You can see the contrast in a darker green in the Balanced Approach over here versus standard program. But looking at some of the data, there's a couple different measurements that we keyed in on that really showed stark differences in this particular program over here on my left. First was turfgrass quality, and second was NDVI, or Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, which is a measurement of plant health. Now, turfgrass quality data is taken visually from either Dr. Shaddix or one of his assistants. And you can see starting in September through roughly beginning of December, a lot of difference to the program. It started out looking like this, and it was rough for a while, and it took a while to help just overall health of the soil and the grass itself to start to take off. But right around December, we started to see some nice differences here in the program of the balanced approach versus the standard program. Now, all of a sudden on December 30th, we see a sharp decrease in this program. It was because we started to grow so much that we started to get some scalping. As you see, we lowered the height of the mowing from 150 to 140. But what is really key to notice additionally is how fast that it recovered from that abiotic stress. It bounced back and then never looked back, and obviously you can see how well it looks today versus the standard program in turfgrass quality. Now the same here in Normalized Difference Vegetation Index. We consider that a measurement of plant health. It's a quantifiable metric taken from a machine that can see stuff that we can't see with our eyes. And additionally here, these are all significant differences starting when we started these measurements back in November all the way until we finalized the research for this particular board here as of a couple weeks ago. So in conclusion, planning consistent applications and trying to incorporate irrigation, soil health, granular fertilization, foliar fertilization, as well as pest protection through a fungicide program or whatever other pests may be relevant for you to manage your greens. And incorporating all that provides a very consistent program that shows better quality increasing over time versus just putting together a granular program with micronutrient foliar inputs. So additionally, on top of that, planting annually also helps from an economical standpoint. Now, buying a lot of these fungicides and foliar inputs and granular inputs can be costly. During the early order program, you can potentially look forward and understand what you need to buy for the entire year, whether it's in fungicides or foliar nutrition, and then potentially save up 10, 15, 20% by buying all that and getting terms on that going forward. The biggest thing is to start with, I want to build a program that encompasses, all these facets here, and B, getting with your Harrell's rep to utilize our internal tools to get you a program that looks like this, that is encompassing everything, that's going to help you plan to be successful for the future.